The 15-Point Plan is part of the Win, Make, Give podcast network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, the 15-Point Plan podcast. I'm Jacqueline Smith, and I'm here with my amazing, incredible co-host, Greigg. And this podcast is all about a system that we call the 15-Point Plan. You can go to 15pointplan.com for the tracking sheets and to get more information on it. But essentially, it's a system that we use to help us manage our energy, to essentially manage our stress and be happier and healthier and able to do our best work and show up better for the people that we care about because of the healthy habits we have in our daily lives. Today, we wanted to dive into something we haven't talked about for quite a while, and that is nutrition. Nutrition is one of the points on the 15-Point Plan. Of course, with all of the points on the 15-Point Plan, you decide and define what that one means for you. So nutrition could mean different things for different people, and it could mean different things for you at different times in your life. But today, what we wanted to talk about was just some of the ways that we do nutrition. And so what I mean by that is it's one thing to have all these aspirations, but how do we actually make sure that we're making good choices throughout our days and our weeks? We're both busy professionals. We're both parents. We're both in relationships. And so how do we actually do it? How do we eat healthy? So I thought it would be fun just to share some of our favorite foods, some of our favorite meal prep recipes, some things that we do when we didn't meal prep so that we can still eat healthy. There's always fast and convenient and easy things you can grab. We're going to talk about that. And so I'm going to ask Ryan first. Ryan, what's your favorite meal prep recipe? You can only pick one thing. What's your favorite? And then I'll share mine.
I'm known in my office for being one of the most boring lunch people in the world because people just stop asking me to go to lunch. And now we have team meetings and what do you want for lunch? They just don't even ask me if I want anything anymore because my favorite meal, Jacqueline, is chicken and sweet potatoes. And I eat it dang near every day for lunch. I really love Japanese sweet potatoes, by the way. Heather, my girlfriend, reintroduced those to my life. Have you ever had a Japanese sweet potato?
I don't know if I have. What's the difference?
They have a purple skin and they're white inside. They're lower in. They're gonna affect your body's insulin less than a traditional sweet potato. They have less sugars.
Oh. Do they taste as good as because I like the red, the really bright red colored ones.
They're not as sweet and they're more starchy.
Okay, more like a potato.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, but it's better for you.
But yep. So it doesn't have quite as much sugar in there, so it doesn't cause your insulin to spike as much. But I Jacqueline, very often on Sundays, I make 3 or 4 plus pounds of chicken and a big thing of sweet potatoes, and I eat it for dinner that night, and that is my lunch.
So
Monday through
tell us how you make it. We want to get into this. I want our listeners to be able to go out, buy some Japanese sweet potatoes. And do you make chicken breast, chicken thigh? Tell us how you make it, what you do. Walk us through.
It's just too easy not to do it. I lately, when the weather gets nice out, barbecue. So all you got to do, chop these sweet potatoes up, boil them for a little bit, and throw them on the barbecue. Season your chicken however you want to season it.
Hang on. On a foil, on the grill, the sweet potato is actually just on the grill?
Oh, just right on the grill, Jacqueline. Just sweet potatoes right on the grill, right with the chicken. I'm a messy cooker, but it's just it all goes right on there. It cooks really easy. If I'm not using the barbecue, I'm using the air fryer.
Okay.
Also, Heather introduced that to my life. And air fryers are so great because you're not frying in oils. Mm-hmm. You can get things crispy, but potatoes or carrots or anything like that goes really, really well in an air fryer. And it'll last all week. So if you're asking me my favorite meal prep, it's just chicken and sweet potatoes and then some veggies. And that will last me Sunday through Monday. And it's pretty dang cost effective.
What kind of seasoning do you put on it?
I'm super boring. It's probably salt and pepper and some garlic and onion powders and some basic seasonings. I mean, it's very It's very boring, but I
Chicken
like
breast
it.
or chicken thighs? Do you like
I
light
go back
meat?
and forth. What do you like?
I like chicken thighs.
I
But
I
if I'm having something like where I'm making something with the chicken that has like a little more fat in it, then I will use chicken breast. But if I'm just having like veggies and chicken, I usually will be like, I'm earning a chicken thigh because
yeah,
it's just a little more juicy, and to me, I just like it better.
it
But I
is.
know
Yeah.
some people don't like dark meat. They like the light meat.
Look, I love throwing like 4 or 5 pounds of chicken thighs on the barbecue with a bunch of taco seasonings, and then chop that stuff up and have some tacos, and
Mm,
that's probably one of my
see?
favorite meals. What's your favorite meal?
Okay, so I have one that I've been having like almost every day for I don't even remember how long, like at least a couple years, 2 or 3 years I've been doing this, and I'm still not sick of it. It's kind of weird. So I take Greek yogurt and I mix in with the Greek yogurt some protein powder. So just like vanilla. I actually got some lemon protein powder, and that is like
But that's good.
really good. So it's like lemon, like almost like a lemon pudding. Anyway, you mix it in. It's really weird at first. It looks like this is like going to be gross, but you have to really give it like a good stir. You can't see me right now, but I'm doing like stirring.
She's stirring. She's stirring. For those that can't see, yeah,
You,
yeah,
you
she's
gotta
stirring.
get some like elbow grease in there and like really mix it up good. And then I take frozen raspberries, and they cannot be fresh. This is the weird thing. And it's kind of good because I keep a bag of frozen raspberries in the freezer at work, and I keep a tub of yogurt at work, and then I keep a thing of protein. So if I don't have time, say I didn't or meal prep that week or whatever, I'll at least have my yogurt bowl. So I put the yogurt with my protein powder, mix it in, and then I put the frozen raspberries on top, and then I put a little bit of, or a lot of it, I shouldn't say a little bit. I put sugar-free whipped cream on top,
Whoa.
and then Ryan, this is important. This is important.
Yeah.
I put the bowl next to me for a little while. It has to kind of sit there for about 10, maybe 15 minutes or so, so that the raspberries just start to ever so slightly melt, and it creates like this little bit of raspberry juice.
You have way more patience than me. You know what I do? I
Uh,
microwave my blueberries for 45 seconds.
no, because you still want them frozen because then it makes it kind of like ice cream. So there is a science to this, Ryan. This is a very scientific endeavor. This yogurt bowl, but I'm telling you, um, it's my favorite thing to eat. And there's like 50 grams of protein in this bowl because
Yeah.
between the protein powder and then the Greek yogurt. So
That's I'm taking
that's my
that.
favorite. That's my favorite thing in
I'm
the world.
I'm certainly taking that. Greek yogurt is something that's really, really powerful as far as being universal. You can put it in a lot of things. You can make dressings out of it. You can use it
Yeah.
as toppings on a lot of things. But
Hmm.
you know what else is super universal, Jacqueline? Gets a bad rap because when I was a kid, I'd be like, I'm never eating that. But now I put it in so many things. And this is probably like a secret weapon as far as protein, especially if you have kids.
Okay.
Cottage cheese.
Oh yeah, that's like all the rage on like Instagram and TikTok right now.
So here's a couple recipes I think our listeners will love, especially if you got kids or if you just yourself like pancakes or waffles. So grab a pen and write this down. This is from a fitness expert called his name is Marcus Philly. Really cool dude. He does all kinds of neat CrossFit stuff, but super simple. 1 cup of cottage cheese, 1 cup of oatmeal. I prefer a sprouted gluten-free oatmeal. So 1 cup cottage cheese, 1 cup oatmeal, 4 eggs. Add some cinnamon and like some vanilla powder, or excuse me, vanilla extract,
Yeah.
and you're gonna blend that up. And that is your pancake or your waffle mix. And I
Yeah.
know the listeners are like, Ryan, you're crazy. Freaking cottage cheese pancakes, no way. Cottage cheese waffles, no way. Test it out. Don't tell your kids that they're eating cottage cheese pancakes or waffles, and they're gonna love them. And you can take that recipe. So 1 cup cottage cheese, 1 cup oatmeal, 4 eggs. If you got a waffle maker, that'll make 2 waffles. You can freeze those bad boys and they're
Okay.
ready to go anytime. You can make 8 pancakes with those. They can freeze as well. So if you got
I'm
kids,
gonna make it.
try this out. And then you take some of those frozen raspberries or blueberries that Jacqueline mentioned, throw some of those in there. It's sugar free. It's super high in protein. It's a clean carbohydrate with the oatmeal, and it
Mhm.
got good fats from the eggs and the cottage cheese. It's a really complete meal. So
I
I'm a
love that.
big cottage cheese guy these days, Jacqueline.
Okay, well, good to know. I haven't tried that and I'm going to. Um, okay, here's a couple other ones that I wrote down that I really like. One is just because it's so easy. It's a one pan sheet, like a sheet pan, fajita, veggies, and then chicken. You can cook it all together. So you like slice up onions, peppers, throw like some fajita seasonings on there with your chicken, and then you can have it either just with rice, or you could have it with veggies, like with some greens or whatever, like almost like a fajita
Yum.
salad. Or now, I don't know if these are like healthy, but I couldn't live without them. So, but it's this brand called Hero, and
Huh.
they do Hero like tortilla wraps, and then there's Hero bread. And I know a lot of wraps like tortillas are made with like bad ingredients like seed oils and stuff like that. Well, these are made with olive oil, so I think at least they're trying to be healthy. Maybe not like Ryan's standard, but for me, I use these, and my husband and I eat them all the time. They're a little spendy, so I'll warn you on that. But the bread and the wraps are really good, and they have protein in them. So, and they're made with olive oil. So I think they're good. We make that a lot. And then the other thing that I could not live without is my Ninja Creamy.
Oh, that's
You know,
like a like a bullet, but that makes ice cream, isn't it?
it makes ice cream, and you you have to make it the night before you want to eat it. So you it comes with like 3 containers. So I'll have like the containers all made up in the freezer, and then yeah, when you want to make the actual ice cream, then you put it in the creamy and it makes it into ice cream for you. But again, protein ice cream. It's like a treat at night. I like chocolate. I put like collagen in there. And I think the collagen really helps like the texture. It makes it almost like a little more like gooey, you know? It's really
Ooh.
good. And so that's my other thing that I can't live without that we have a lot.
Which is smart. Well, now the only downside on that, Jacqueline, that I would fail at is like you said, you got to make it the night before. Like
Yeah, that is.
when I crave ice cream, like I want it right now.
Yeah.
So that would be tough for me. I'd probably just have a freezer of those. Here's something interesting though.
Maybe
Like
your girlfriend would be good at making in advance though, and she'd have like the containers stocked for you guys so that
that's totally something she would do
that's like
because
that's what I do. Like
she's like
Phil.
she's good at
Yeah.
everything though. So like she would nail that. Here's something interesting though that I think is a good takeaway for the listeners, Jacqueline. Uh, a lot of the idea behind this is so that we can plan and that we can have healthier meals. If
Mhm.
you really want to take this stuff to the next level, and I remember when somebody told me this, I was like, dude, you're crazy. I'm never going to do that. You get a food scale and you weigh your food out and then you track it, and you will be absolutely blown away realizing, oh my gosh, I just ate like 3 servings, which I thought was one. Like, if you really want to get an awareness for this, you don't have to do it forever, but it was really, really eye opening for me when I actually used a food scale for a while.
Yeah.
Like 6 to 8 ounces of chicken breast, for example, like that's a lot. Like if you're actually trying to
Yeah.
get those quote macros, and depending on your goals as a person, you might be wanting to eat roughly between 1 and 1.5 grams of protein per pound of your body weight.
Yeah, so I hired a nutrition coach like years back, and I did that. So I had to get a food scale. And again, this was like last episode we talked about giving up alcohol. I said I would never do it. The other thing I said I would never do was track my food. I was like,
Right?
that is like miserable. Anyways, I did track my food, Ryan, and yeah, I learned so much. But guess what? I learned that when I started eating the right things, I actually had a really hard time at first eating everything I needed to eat in a day.
Yeah.
Like I used to think that I was trying to do so good and I wasn't losing weight. And then when I started working with her, I had to eat way more food than I was used to eating. And it was actually hard for me to do. And I was losing weight eating like way more food than I had normally eaten. I was just eating the wrong things. Like I was eating charcuterie, all the time. And I was eating so much fat and so much carbs. even though I was trying not to eat carbs because carbs I thought were bad, like stay away from those. Then I was so excited when I got to eat carbs. Like she was like, no, carbs aren't bad. And she just taught me how to eat. And the really cool thing, if you hire a coach for something like this, is in advance, if I was going out to eat, I'd send her the menu for the restaurant that we were going to, and she would tell me what to eat and what to order. So like I remember before her, I would always think that I needed to order a salad. Well, some of those salads are actually so bad, like so high in fat and so high in calories. Well, I could eat things like I would eat fish tacos, for example. Like those were always a good option if they were grilled fish. Or I would eat, like she would tell me, get a burger with extra patty. And I was like, and no bun, right? Because that was always my thing, like no carbs. She was like, no, eat the bun, skip the cheese and the mayo. And so it was just like, oh, well, I'd way rather have a double burger with a bun than have like a lettuce wrap fat bomb, personally, So anyway, it taught me, that I needed to eat different things and that I could actually eat way more than I thought.
Yeah, that's a really big eye opener too, is like eating the right things. You actually will eat a lot more, and it will take a while to get used to that. I'll leave a stat with our listeners as we wrap this up, because you talked about those salads. It's like hidden calories, right?
Yes.
It's super easy to eat an extra 300 to 500 calories if you're not paying attention to it. So did you know that if you ate just simply 500 extra calories a day, like I don't know what you're eating normally, but if you ate 500 more than that, or 500 more than you're supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
500 extra calories in a day equals 3,500 calories for the week, right? 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, if you're eating extra 500 calories per day, you're going to gain 1 pound per week. You're going to gain 4 pounds per month. You're going to gain potentially 40 to 50 pounds for the year by just eating that extra. Yeah, we all have. I'm currently doing it, actually. I'm still binging after my expedition. But I was like, oh my gosh, like you eat a donut, which we reference a lot. There's 300 calories. And then you put a little too much olive oil, or you get dressing on that salad that you thought was healthy. You're in excess of your calories. So be mindful of that. So if you really want to take it to a next level, weigh your stuff, track it, use it something like MyFitnessPal. And then I love what Jacqueline said, get a coach, find the things that are going to work for you, find the things that are going to actually help you have more energy and less stress because you're eating the right things.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it forever, because now I don't weigh my food and track my food every day anymore, because I really learned what I can eat. And I do eat a lot of the same things now, like I just like the yogurt bowl, for example. So you kind of know, right? And I'm not like dialed in. I'm not like a fitness model or anything. But if you want to do that, then yeah, you would probably really need to have a coach. But it really helped me just having a coach for like a year. It changed how I eat. It changed everything. So if you are looking for one, I mean, Shannon was on our podcast. I think she seems so great. She's helped a lot of people that I know really transform their health.
Yeah. Go back to our previous episodes. Shannon, Cheplak, Cheplak. She can help you out. And send us your favorite recipes. Find us online. Find us on social media. Jacqueline Ray Smith, RAE, and Ryan Park Greigg. What are you making with cottage cheese? Send it to us.
We want to know. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Have fun. Send us those recipes.